It's very appreciated. You need at least one person in the audience that's willing to laugh at every lame joke that the artist makes. So thank you for being that one. Oh, it's okay. It'll stay right. It's okay. Yeah. Everyone's still feeling good? Sometimes I forget to ask, but that's not very compassionate of me, so I'm glad. Glad everyone's feeling good still. This poem is about the fact that sometimes I can be a very insecure human being. And, understanding that I had to journey into my past and my family history in an attempt to understand where it is that I got so many of these illusions and insecurities. So this poem is called Poetry Rocks. I picture myself after a show or a slam being approached by a humble sister saying, "Brandon, your poetry rocks." To which I say, "Sister, it should." Because sometimes I feel like I'm carrying the weight of a boulder, and every heartfelt word that I push past these lips is just a fragment of the chip that I've let sit on these shoulders. And I've sat between what feels like a rock and a hard place long enough that you need not be shocked when sometimes the weight of these words hits you like a rock to the heart. I'm just trying to create something beautiful for every time my heart's been rocked. So I sit with a chisel, trying to etch out a humble existence for myself, trying to carve a statue out of the words I have left, just to create a lasting picture of myself. I need a monument of all the beautiful things I've ever seen to remind me that I'm still alive, even when I feel like I'm closer to dying. A statue so I can give myself a smile that is literally etched in an element of time for the times when I feel like my time is better spent crying. I was told I should write all my memories of love in the stone and write the relics of my pain in the sand, so that my love is timeless, but my pain washes away with the wind. So I do, writing poems to the side of mountains with the wave of my hand, and in the emotional rubble trying to chip away at my past. All I'm left with are rocks, like my mother, who's been the rock I've leaned on. She who loved me enough to rock me to sleep, may have never loved herself enough to stay awake to her own capacity to dream. Rocks, like my father, who's tired of pushing the boulder of his childhood uphill, pushing himself against belief that his father didn't know how to love him. She's pushing to be a better father than his father could have been, as his son pushes to love everyone but isn't always sure what love is. A son, Brandon Wint, who loves his father but has struggled not to judge him, because Brandon too lives in a glass house, wanting to let all the sun in, as his father waits with open arms, wanting to let his son in, but Brandon hasn't grown up enough to know how not to shun him. Son struggles like father struggles, so it's hard to know where the sun is. And in the absence of certain sun, all sun sees sometimes is darkness. But I, son, want to keep carrying these rocks until they turn into pebbles. Pebbles I can carry in my pocket and place at my feet as I'm walking through the shadows of my dark past. One day, I want to be able to look at my light pockets and laugh. But until then, I want these words to be propelled by a breath as soft as a summer's breeze. I want that wind to give rise to more than lofty words, but give true loft to these human wings, so that I'm flying high over top of all the rocks that used to be in my way. I know exactly what to say when that same sister says, "Brandon, your poetry rocks, and your words hold enough weight to make mountains give way." I say, "Sister, they should, because a mountain is just a pile of rocks anyway."